Welcome to the deep dive. We are starting today with a material that is, it's literally defined by high-speed geological drama. We're talking about obsidian.
It's a perfect topic for a deep dive, really. It sits right at that intersection of hard science and, well, human belief.
Right.
So I think our mission here is to really extract the key facts, understand how it's formed, why it was so vital historically, and what it actually signifies today.
Okay, let's unpack that. The place to start has to be its defining characteristic, right? That obsidian is a natural glass.
Yes.
And specifically not a true crystalline mineral. That distinction feels crucial. So what does that actually mean chemically for a rock to be a glass instead of a crystal?
It all comes down to the atomic structure, or I should say, the lack of one.
A lack of one, okay.
So when we talk about crystalline minerals, think of something like quartz. The atoms have had enough time to organize themselves into this perfect, predictable grid.
A very organized, repeating pattern.
Exactly. A lattice structure, geologists call it. But with obsidian, that organization is just prevented. It forms when this super viscous lava cools rapidly.
But how rapidly are we talking?
So fast that the atoms are essentially frozen in place while they're still in a state of chaos. That amorphous, non-patterned structure is what makes it a glass.
So we're basically looking at geological chaos that's been frozen in a single instant.
That's a great way to put it.
And because that internal structure is missing, the material you get is instantly recognizable. It's smooth, it's incredibly glossy, and it often has that really striking mirror-like finish.
And while most people picture that intense jet black glass,
Which comes from iron, right? Magnetite or something.
right, trace amounts of magnetite or hematite, but that same rapid cooling process can produce some really spectacular variations that are essential to know.
We're not just talking about a slight color change, I take it. What are the key varieties we should know?
Well, the varieties really tell the story of just how chaotic that freezing process was. Take Snowflake Obsidian, for instance.
Okay.
The background is black, but it's speckled with these white patches. And those aren't just, random inclusions. They're tiny radial clusters of another mineral called crystalbilite.
Wait, so the name Snowflake Obsidian is a bit of a misnomer then. It's not just frozen glass.
Precisely. The white snowflakes are basically the mineral trying desperately to crystallize.
But it can't.
It only gets halfway there before the glass around it cools completely. It's evidence of a slightly slower or maybe a more stop-and-start cooling process than the pure black kind.
That's fascinating. And what about the ones with that metallic look, like gold sheen or silver sheen?
Oh, those are stunning. And they're caused by something totally different. Trapped gas.
Gas bubbles.
Microscopic ones, yeah. As the lava cools, these tiny, tiny bubbles of gas or moisture get trapped inside. When light hits those flattened layers of microbubbles, it scatters and reflects back, creating that dazzling golden or silver reflection.
So that instant transition from liquid chaos to solid glass, that's what gave us this incredible material. And that structure, in turn, is what made it so invaluable historically. This moves us from geology to, application. Why was this stuff, which is fundamentally fragile, right? Why was it so essential?
Its greatest practical feature was, weirdly, tied directly to that amorphous structure. Because it doesn't have a crystal lattice, when you hit it, it fractures in a very unique, predictable way.
A conchoidal fracture.
You got it. Conchoidal fracture.
And what does that mean in, practical terms for someone trying to make a tool?
Conchoidal just means shell-like. The material breaks in these curved, sort of ripple-like patterns. This allowed artisans to flake off pieces with an edge that tapers down to a microscopic fineness.
Sharper than steel, I've heard.
Oh, much sharper. Now, you mentioned its fragility, and that feels like a paradox, right? If it broke so easily, why use it when you have early metals?
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about precision. While, say, copper or early bronze was tougher, their edges were, frankly, dull by comparison. Obsidian could produce an edge thinner and sharper than almost anything available until modern metallurgy.
So this wasn't about durability, it was about having a precision cutting tool.
It was the surgical instrument of the ancient world.
Not just the common axe.
Right. Its primary uses were for high-precision arrowheads, blades, sure, but historical sources show it was critical for specialized tasks. Think ancient surgery-like trepanning or incredibly delicate ceremonial carving. The fragility was just the trade-off you accepted for that clean incision.
Which means it wasn't just locally important, it must have been a huge trade commodity.
Absolutely huge. Obsidian sources are rare. You only find them near recent volcanic activity. The material was so prized that it became a cornerstone of trade in places like Mesoamerica.
So cultures like the Maya and the Aztecs.
They fiercely controlled the routes and the quarries. If you wanted the sharpest tool, you had to control this glass. It was an incredibly high-value item, traded for hundreds of miles.
It's just so interesting how a material that was essential for, fighting and surgery also had this other, less obvious application, one that wasn't about cutting outward, but looking inward.
And that's the pivot, that mirror-like finish we talked about. It made it perfect for crafting scrying mirrors.
Which were used everywhere, from the Aztecs to some European traditions for divination and spiritual reflection.
Exactly. So the same material you'd use to skin an animal or perform surgery was also polished to catch your own image, to force a confrontation with yourself.
And is that connection what bridges its ancient use to its modern meaning as the stone of protection?
That's precisely the link. Historically, it deflected physical attacks. Metaphysically, the belief is that it deflects energetic attacks.
Okay, so when we talk about the shielding quality, is it just a passive block, or does it do something more active?
It's described as highly active, a filter. It's believed to absorb and then dispel negative energies.
Like an energetic sponge.
That's the perfect analogy. It doesn't just block negativity from outside, it helps clear out stagnant energy from the environment around you.
Right.
Which, by the way, means it needs frequent cleansing itself.
But the sources are clear. This isn't a comfortable shield. It's not like a cozy blanket. It's a mirror you can't look away from.
And that is the absolute essence of its deeper, truth-seeking role. It is confrontational.
I see.
It's the ultimate protector, yes, but it does that by forcing deep self-reflection. It urges you to face your own inner shadows, your unprocessed stuff, your unresolved issues, and to do it with radical honesty.
The idea being you can't really defend yourself if you don't know your own weak spot.
You can't. So it offers clarity by demanding accountability. It's essentially saying, I'll protect you from the outside, but first you have to deal with what's inside.
So it's a powerful ally, but only if you're ready to do that hard internal work.
Absolutely. And that whole demand for clarity and internal work connects right back to its energy. Its dense, heavy, grounding energy is said to resonate very strongly with the Root Chakra, Muladhara.
The foundational energy center. But that raises a question for me. If the Root Chakra is all about stability and security, why is a stone created from, instantaneous geological chaos considered grounding?
That's a brilliant question.
Shouldn't something more ordered, like quartz, be better for that?
And that really gets to the paradox of its power. So quartz offers clarity through light and order. Obsidian offers stability through weight and density.
Okay.
That intense black color, energetically, it draws energy downward. It grounds you not by offering some gentle stability, but by anchoring you firmly into reality, into the earth.
So the chaos of its creation actually gives it the heavy, dense quality needed to counteract our own internal chaos.
Precisely. It gives the user this unmistakable feeling of being anchored, firmly rooted, and ready for transformation, because that foundation is now secure. You feel stabilized because the negative energy is literally being pulled away, letting you face your shadows from a secure base.
That is a remarkable journey. We've followed this material from its dramatic volcanic birth lava cooling too fast to form crystals, all the way to its historical life as the sharpening tool around.
Essential for trade and survival.
And now to its modern reputation as this philosophical defender that demands profound personal truth.
It's the ultimate paradox, isn't it? A material defined by extreme heat and geological chaos becomes the provider of the ultimate sense of grounding and security, and it does it by forcing you to look truthfully at your own chaos.
So to bring this all together for you, our listener, here's a final thought to mull over. Consider that paradox. What else in your world is defined entirely by the violent or rapid process of its own creation? Where does sudden transformative change in your own life lead, maybe unexpectedly, to your deepest sense of grounding and security? That is the kind of reflection this stone demands.